guys, so we're going to first start off with primer. I'm going to go into the NYX Angel Veil primer. Now this is like probably one of the best drugstore not foundations, primers that I've probably tried. I'm just going to take like a pea size of it. It's very smoothing. I have very textured skin, so what I'm going to do, I'm just wherever I have the most texture, so right now I'm breaking out right here and on my chin. I'm going to apply that. I'm going to try and work that in the best I can. It's more like I don't know, it kind of feels like a powdery lotion feeling, but it feels so good on my skin. Okay, so next I'm gonna start on foundation. Since this is like an everyday look, I still like a fuller coverage foundation even if I go to work. I just want to make sure it covers all of my blemishes, and like I have very veins throughout my skin, so I just want to make sure those are all covered. So I'm going to go into the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation. This is in the shade 01 Creamy Vanilla. Now their foundation shades are crazy. Like, this is the lightest one, and it's way too dark for me. I don't know if it's too dark or if it's too yellow. I think it's more too yellow for me, but I mean, if you guys have yellow undertones in your skin, this might work out perfect for you, but I'm going to have to mix this one today, so I'm just going to take a pump of the Milani foundation, and then I'm going to do the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in this shade Snow. I'm going to take like a pump of that, and then with my damp Morphe sponge, I'm just going to mix this on my hand and apply it to my skin. I just like to bring this down my neck and my ears. Now whatever I have left over on my sponge, since I don't want to use anything heavy on my eyes, I'm just going to take whatever is left over in here and then use it kind of like my my base for any shadow that I'm going to use. I don't want to take it underneath the eyes because we're already putting concealer underneath there and you don't want it to cake up. Today I'm going to use two. I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape and then the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I really like the Tarte Shape Tape. My eyes are a little bit dry under it, so I don't like to use it fully underneath. I just like to cancel out wherever I have the dark circles. So mostly right here, I'll take it there. And since the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer is a little bit more hydrating for my under eyes, I'll just take that everywhere else. So you just want to make the triangle under both sides of your eyes. And I like to take it down my nose because it's kind of like already slimming out your nose when you do this. And right under it, on my chin. Oh. Right down the center of your nose. Try and make that as straight as possible. And then a little bit on my forehead. Alright, so now I'm going to take the same Morphe sponge and press this in. I think this was $6 on the Morphe website. I'd rather pay $6 for this than the $20 for the Beauty Blender. I think it works exactly the same. It is amazing. And when you're doing your concealer for your under eye, you just want to make sure you look up. Now that you feel like that's all blended out, I'm going to take the Laura Mercier translucent powder, take the damp Morphe sponge, and just press it in powder. Make sure that's coated. And when you're I'm gonna bake underneath the eyes just to make sure it doesn't crease, but the Tarte Shape Tape is pretty good on that. So while looking up, just press this into the under eye. And I'm gonna bake the sides of my nose, because this is where I get the most oily. My foundation tends to break up there the most, and I find if I bake the sides of my nose, the longer wear I get with my foundation. Alright, next I'm gonna just set the rest of my face. I'm just gonna go in with the same translucent powder and a big fluffy brush. Just dip a little bit, really press it in. You don't want to wipe away because then your foundation moves underneath it, so you're just gonna press it into your skin. Alright, so I'm going to let my bake sit under my eyes a little bit, and then next we're going to move on to eyes. Alright, so I zoomed you guys in a little bit closer just so you can see how I do my eyes. The eyes are pretty simple on an everyday basis. I don't do much shadow. Actually, the product I'm going to use is actually not an eyeshadow, but it's a contour kit. So now I'm going to go into the Wet n Wild contour palette, and this is in the shade Dolce de Leche. Next I'm going to take the cream side of it on a denser brush. I'm just going to take that shadow and place it everywhere. Alright, next I'm going to take this contour powder, and on a Morphe brush, just a blender brush, just tap it off. And then I'm going to work this into the crease and then on the outer third of my eye. And all I really want to do is create some definition to my eye just to make sure it's just not a flat surface, but it looks like it has some dimension. I really like to focus more of the color on the outer crease just to make sure like it's more like, I don't know, I really like that cat eye look. I don't want to do all the work for it, but I really like the outcome of it. Alright, so next I'm going to take just a flat shader brush. This is brushes from Zoeva. I'll link every product that I'm using down below for you guys. And I'm just going to pack on the brown color onto my outer third. And just going back in with the same brush, just blending that out. Alright, since I want something basic for the eyes, I'm just going to go back in with the cream color and just pack this on the inner thirds. Alright, so that's about as far as I go with the eyes for like an everyday basis. So now I'm just going to put on mascara, and then you can always just stop at mascara, but since I want to take the extra step, I'm going to put on fake lashes. Alright, I'm going to apply false lashes off camera, and then I'll be right back. Alright, now to finish up the eyes, I'm just going to go into highlighting my brow bone in my inner corner with the e.l.f. Baked Highlighter in Moonlight Pearls. And just with any flat shader brush you have. That's so pretty. This was only $3. This was $3 and it works like a high-end highlight. Like, this is my favorite. Okay, that was a little extreme. To finish off the lower lash line, just go back in with the same contour color. Kind of with the same shader brush. And just put it out the tip of it. Smoke out it. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, you can dust away the bake. I'm just going to use the Real Techniques dual fiber brush. Just gonna pat that away. Great. Alright, so now I'm gonna move on to bronzer, and I'm just gonna go in with the same palette, the Dolce de Leche Wet n Wild palette. You can take it on a Real Techniques brush. I believe this is the multitasking brush. I'm just gonna bronze up the skin. So what I just like to finish off doing to my skin is just highlighting. Go in with a liquid highlight, and this one's from Becca. It is in the shade Moonstone. And what I do, the applicator is nice, but I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand. Get as much product as you want. And any damp sponge you have, I'm just going to use the same one we use for foundation concealer. I'm just going to just dab that in. Let's start the product in the back and work forward. And I like to put a little bit right on my Cupid's bow. And I will just take this on the applicator. Little dot. Oh. And just blend it in with my sponge. And little dot, the littlest dot for my nose. And so I will go back in with the same highlight that we use for our brow bone. I'm going to take the Real Techniques setting brush. This is my favorite highlighting brush. I don't know why. It's just like the perfect shape for my cheekbones. So I'm just gonna, you know, generously put that on my cheeks. Ooh. Like, tell me that isn't so pretty. How can e.l.f. make such a beautiful highlight for $3? I don't get it. Right? Cupid's bow. So I forgot my nose. So what I'm gonna do, the same brush that I use my bronzer, I'm just gonna take that and just do a light contour to it. I really want to use these new Wet n Wild lip glosses. These are so pretty. Like, if you can tell, like, look how pretty those are. Like, how pretty that is. Okay, I'm gonna try this by itself and see what it looks like. You can always add a lipstick underneath, which is what I'm probably gonna do. But let's just look. Now you can always leave it like this. Like, I think it's really pretty by itself. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna leave it like this. Like, I really like it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to set my face with some Matte Fix Plus. Alright guys, this is the final look. And if you guys really liked this tutorial, please like and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks guys, bye. Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot box, fucking wifey, and we know she slutty, broke a break down, nutty, buddy, now.